in this video, I'm going to show you how to make the leaves for the front of your card. It doesn't matter if you had a warm or a cool colored background. I'm going to show you how to do both. So we're going to start out with one of the leaves. You need at least one leaf, but you may have up to 3 leaves. Okay? So you're going to start out with your paintbrush and your leaf, and you're going to draw veins on the back using the back of your paintbrush. So you're going to want to press hard so that they actually show up. The reason you're doing this is because the paint is going to pool in those veins. And can you see the little lines that this has created? You can also fold and create your veins wherever you think they'd be on the leaf. And of course, if you use the back of your paintbrush and rub on that, it's going to make the lines really deep so that when you go to paint them, they'll definitely be there. And you can just keep folding it wherever you would like there to be a crease on your leaf. This is just one step that makes it a little bit more realistic. Alright, so now my leaf has a whole lot of veins in it, okay? Now at this point, you're going to take your leaf and you're going to carefully crumple it up. Notice I said carefully crumple it up. And then press it. And then carefully open it back up. You want to be really careful doing this, because if you're not careful, you're going to rip your leaf. And you only get 3 of them. So you definitely want to be careful and take your time. Alright, and that's just going to give it a more realistic texture. Now when you go to paint it, you're probably going to lose a lot of your crumples. Okay? But you can see they create little marks throughout, and it makes your leaf more believable. Alright, so now that my leaf is appropriately crumpled and folded, the first leaf I'm going to paint is going to be a warm colored leaf. So if you did a cool colored background, that was this one, then you're painting a warm colored leaf with me. So I'm going to start out by painting, whoops, that's okay, that'll just be a brown spot. I like to start out by painting veins in brown on my leaf. Wherever I had veins before, and it's just going to help it look more believable. They don't have to be perfect. Just do your best. Okay, so I've got some veins on my leaf. Okay, now I'm going to go back in, and this dries pretty much instantly. Now I'm going to go back in, and I'm just going to kind of get the whole leaf wet, because that dried pretty much right away. It's also kind of flattening my leaf out. It's not a big deal. We'll crumple it up again. Just, it has to be completely dry to do this. So then you take your paint color and dab it on wherever you want it. Remember, I'm making a warm colored leaf right now, so I'm using warm colors. Alright, so those of you who are doing warm colored leaves, this is how all 3 of your leaves will be. When you finish them, you'll just set them aside to dry. Okay? And don't forget to wipe your table up. Okay? So set that aside, let it dry. Hopefully you wrote your name on the back of your leaf before you got started, or at least your initials. That way you can find your leaves again and you don't have to fight about it with your neighbor. Alright, so cool colored leaf people. You're going to start out with your leaf, and it's going to be the same process of using the back of your paintbrush to draw your veins, folding along the lines, and I'm just folding along where I want it to have veins, because I don't feel like I drew hard enough with my paintbrush. Alright, So there's my veins. I'm going to take it, carefully crumple it. Carefully open it back up. And then I'm going to start painting it cool colors. My cool colors in this palette are green, blue, and purple. So I'm going to do the same thing I did on the warm leaf where I'm painting a vein. I'm picking the darkest color on here, which was purple. I'm going to draw my veins in. I just feel like this gives it a little bit more dimension. Okay. Let that dry for a second, and then I can put water on it and do the rest of the process. Right. Okay, that should be dry enough. I'm going to put some water on this, and it might bleed a little. It's okay. It'll still stay there. Okay, then I'm going to go in with my other cool colors and pat them into place. And you can keep using purple if you'd like to. You can see if it gets a little bit too dark, you can always press it. All right, so you'll carefully pick your leaf up when it's finished and set it aside. I know it doesn't look like a lot right now. It's going to dry really pretty though. Okay, so I'm going to set this aside. So now you've got the basic building blocks of your card created. You've got the cover, you've got the leaves. Now you have to start working on the inside. Okay? In the next video, I'm going to show you how to fold this and start working on the inside.